Come on, chicken bhuna made. Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Rick. Today we are making chicken bhuna. Now this is what I would call a fantastic curry for anybody that's learning to make curries. You can't make much of a mistake with this unless you burn the spices. The rest of it we want to char and put a smoky flavour into it. So it's a fantastic curry to cook for a beginner, and it's a real easy one. It's a tasty one, and we're going to do a family portion. We've got 4 chicken breasts cubed up there, and here's our ingredients. Okay, so it's nice and steady, straightforward. We've got some spices on there which are very minimal for a bhuna. In fact, they're the same spices you put in a dopiatsa. However, the ingredients change for a bhuna. It's as simple as that. And again, with this curry, no methi. Methi is optional, and all the people that chuck methi in and insist on it, it wasn't in a bhuna. Okay, here we go. We've got some pepper here. Now, it's not the best looking pepper, to be honest, but we're not going to be worried about that. What we're going to do is we're just going to cube it up any old how. It doesn't matter. Let's not get hung up on things like this, you know. Done. We need some tins. We need a bunch of tins. Pepper in there. As easy as that. Onion. I'm using red onion today because I've got quite a lot of it actually. And we are just cubing the onions in our bowl. There's 2 bowls stuck together there, look. In our bowl, but what we're going to do is the usual. Pull the segments apart. Just pull the segments apart. It just makes it a little bit easier when we quickly stir fry this. So same again with this one. In there. We're going to do 2 onions. Tomatoes. We got a couple of tomatoes and we are just quartering them like that. Now if you really wanted not to have the stalk end in there, make sure you cut it out. I'm not bothered. Tomatoes in a bowl. So we'll cut this one off, look, just to show you. That's all we need to do. Tomatoes in a bowl. Chilies, whole chilies. These are quite fiery actually. They're not too fatty, but those small ones are. These are not too bad, but there's a bit of heat in there. Again, if it doesn't split, a little nick, squash it open. Because some of these are quite tough. That's our chilies. Now, chilies in a separate bowl. They're all going to go in together, but the thing is with the chilies, when we actually stir fry them in the pan, they release the oil from the chilies and it will blacken the pan. Okay, that is it. And I've got some diced chicken breast. Right, we are going to smokiness our veg. I've shown you all before on the channel and people don't do it. Now, I can't dry fry because I'm using so much. So we're going to go in with a little bit of oil. Okay, a little bit of oil in there. Now, if you really wanted to be pedantic at home, you could take some kitchen towel and you can smear it all around your pan. Now that is going to smoke up all the way around when we start dry frying. So flame on, he says. Flame on, and we're going to heat up our pan. Now, don't get it too smoking hot, even though we're trying to achieve a smokiness. Just get it quite warm, and then we're going to start chucking in our veg to start charring it. And it doesn't really matter which order you go in. So we're going with some tomatoes. Now, one of my subscribers made me laugh the other day, and I mean really laugh, and I wish I'd have thought of it. This is that new stupid bamboo thing I've got, because the other one broke. And he said it's like a paddle for a canoe. Made me really smile. Thank you very much. I think it still makes enough noise. Same as a spoon. But folks complain. Right, so what we're doing, we're just smoking this up, okay? Now we do want to put some charring on these tomatoes. Definitely. So don't worry about it. Make sure they do char. They will not be cooked. That doesn't matter. Char them up. Now it doesn't matter if you don't char them all over, but you want some charring on. So you could just do it on one side if you want, and then we're going to take them out. Oh, don't you love that smell of charred tomatoes? It's like a really good English breakfast. And these are just little things that help when you're cooking your curries, you know. People throw everything and boil it all to death. It's the English way. Out of there, into a bowl, Now this is fairly dry. We're already scorching the pan. I want a little bit more oil in there, just for these peppers. In with the peppers. Again, scorch them up. Might be a little bit of smoke in here while we do this, but there you go. For your veg in a pan, grab a lid. I know it's not a lid, it's a tin. But grab a lid, put it over the top. They're starting to steam in there. That's where the sweetness comes from. We've got the charcoaly smell on there already from the pan. And now we're making the vegetables sweeter by steaming them in their own steam in there. It does work. So like I say, this is a fantastic curry for anybody starting out. I think it's one of the easiest ones actually, because it doesn't matter, you know, but you're going to get that really, really intense smoky flavour through your curry. So scorch everything up. You know, people tell you for years, don't burn it, don't burn it. And then I'm coming along here saying burn it. I can tell you now, you'll be really, really surprised how much flavour you can create in a pan before you start chucking water and curry sauce around. Now these are all going to go in the same pan. So we've got some charcoaly smokiness going on there. They're going in there with our tomatoes. Over the top. Onions. If you've cubed it up and you haven't pulled them all apart and you're cooking in a pan, you just smack it with the back of the pan and they all fall apart because the heat's already getting through there, so it's loosening up the segments. Now, a little secret trick with this to caramelise your onions is a little bit of sugar. Doesn't matter how much you put in, that's entirely up to you. It works fantastic for caramelising the onions. Obviously it adds to sweetness of the onions, but it brings out that real natural sweetness as well. And look, if you look in there already, you can see it. You know, and there was no oil in here when we took this in. Let's see if we can get some charring on some of these onions. Want that little bit of blackness on there. So that's our onions under that lid. Chilies in. Now the chilies could pop, so be careful. We got that sugar in that pan, look. Oh. Okay, flame off, that's our chilies. Chilies in with the onions. It doesn't matter how they go in. Lid over your pan. Now, as you can see, these are pie lids, pie tins, but they fit perfectly. That's our veg. Right, let's crack on and get this curry made. So easy. We're going to go in there, oh, probably a little bit too much, but not too worried. Going to go in there with about 3 or 4 tablespoons of oil, on with the flame. Now, like I say, this is a real steady curry for anybody learning to make curries. This is up there. This one then, a pinch of cumin seeds. A nice little pinch like that. Start them off in there, get that little bit of flavour going on. In there with a nice, oh, I'm going to put some of that juice in, look. A nice amount there. We've got a good tablespoon of garlic ginger. We need our thingy bobby, our paddle. Now, I can tell you now the flame's too high, so let's bring that flame down, okay, control it. So just cook out your rawness, you know, you can smell that rawness coming out of there. And it stops sizzling, as much when all the fluid and the water's gone. So as you can see and you can hear, it's gone down. There's no all over. The smell has been reduced completely. In with our spices. Now today I am using mixed powder. So just get that in that oil. Bloom your spices. Use the oil that's in the pan and cook out your spices. Now, as always, there's a link in the description with a full spice list, so you don't have to worry about that. And in we go with our onion paste. Oh look, let's finish that off. It's only a little bit. Perfect. Nice, steady, mix in. Warm it all back through. That's if you've had it in the fridge like me. Now don't panic about it, you know it contains oil. It's not going to burn, the flame's not that high. Little stir around. And then in with our chicken. Start to cook that chicken in there with those spices. Now I'm going in with a little pinch of salt on this one. Get that mixed in there. In with a touch of water. Now that touch of water is just going to help actually start to cook that chicken in there with those spices. You know, we're not making a curry sauce yet, and this one's got to be quite thick. In with our tomato puree. In it goes. Now there's about 3 tablespoons here, because obviously we're making a 3 tablespoons watered 1-to-1, because we're actually making a family job. Now this is completely optional. You do not have to add any sugar, but a little bit of sugar, and it's probably only a teaspoon at the tops there. In with that tomato puree. In. Completely optional. Nice and steady away, cook your chicken in that spice mix nice and slowly, and then we're going to build it up with a little bit more water. A little turnover every now and again, because the amount of thickness of the spices obviously will stick to the pan at the bottom. But there's no panic, there's no rush on this, you know, we're cooking at home. It's got a nice oily base in there, you can see the oils in there already, you know, and it's just cooking that chicken and it's getting that flavour on there, and it's all coming together, and we're going to make it a thick curry by not adding so much water. Now this is the good thing about my reverse base, which I've shown everybody. It's simple to make a curry at home. Really simple. You control how much curry sauce you actually want. You don't have to boil it to death to get rid of it. This is why this curry is fantastic for a beginner. And as you know from the other day, I cut the chicken pieces a little bit large. Not to worry. So we want to go in there now with a little bit more water. Now, try and keep it fairly dry. So we have this lovely thick curry sauce at the moment. So we just need to cook that chicken for about another 5 or 6 minutes and it will be cooked. Okay, and coriander is actually optional. You either like it in here or you don't. It's not in originally in a Bhuna. It's garnished over the top, obviously, and methi is definitely not in here. But I like coriander. So I'm going to put in a small handful of coriander and we're just going to stir that in. Let that cook in there for a couple of minutes. That's all. And as you can see, we've got a fantastic curry sauce coming on there. The oil in here and everything, the separation we've got already. You know, we haven't done anything. We haven't boiled it all to death. We haven't panicked. And we're getting a lovely curry. Now that's looking absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Look at the oil separation, the curry sauce. Oh, amazing. Okay, onions and chili in. Stir through. Peppers in. Save the tomatoes just a little bit longer. Now with this curry, you know, you can actually cook it as dry as you want. You can take the sauce right down because a Bhuna is a fairly dry curry. But you know, this is a portion for at least 4 people and there's enough curry sauce in there per portion. Okay, with this one we want to be going in there with some garam masala. A nice little bit of garam masala over the top. Probably about a teaspoon actually. Stir in. Tomatoes. Just under the top. Just to warm them back through. Don't get them all in there and stir them all in and break them all up mushy. Just let them warm in there. Only a couple of seconds or so just to warm through and then we serve up. Obviously we know where the tomatoes are, so everybody gets some tomato. That is done for me. Flame off and let's serve it up. Come on, chicken Bhuna made. All we got to do now is give it a taste. Oh, here we go. Chicken, huge chunks of chicken. Completely, perfectly cooked inside there. Oh, sauce. Oh, that is amazing. Oh, wow. Oh, that is chicken Bhuna made. If you like what we're doing, don't forget, smash that like and subscribe, share with your friends, all that kind of stuff. Catch you in the next video. Fantastic flavour. A little bit spicy actually. So take down your spice level if you can't take it. If you make it, you try it, leave a comment, let me know. Catch you in the next video.